Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. A couple of days ago, I posted a video saying, do not do business with Synchronicity Bank. And I'm going to kind of rehash what I said in that video. I got great credit score. I've never been late with a bill. I can't think of any in the last 30 years because I know how important it is to pay on time, and I usually pay more. So I have a PayPal credit account. And when I first opened these accounts, I had no idea that there was this gangster sitting behind and controlling all this. Amazon, Guitar Center, PayPal, and I'm sure there are many more that Synchronicity Bank is behind all of this nonsense. They think they're gangsters. And out of the blue, they reduced my credit limit on PayPal credit. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm not late. I pay usually twice as much. I never paid the minimum. So I called them. They gave me a bunch of BS, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to send you a letter. Send me a letter, convoluted, don't make any sense. Well, you know, we get our information from the credit score, which is nonsense because my credit score is good. So give me another excuse because you're lying here. So I posted that video, and to my surprise, I got a lot of people, and I appreciate you guys for leaving me a comment saying, you know what, that happened to me, Morris, man. One guy just about 10 minutes ago said he had a $5,000 Sweetwater account, so apparently Synchronicity Bank behind them too, and they reduced him down to $250. And he pays on time and never been late with any other creditors. And it's almost like hearing myself again and over because these people are telling me the same thing that I'm going through or went through. You know, one guy said he had 5 accounts with them just out of the blue. They just canceled all of them. And no reason. He said the exact same thing I said. He said, I pay on time. I usually pay more than the minimum. So I don't know what's going on here, you know? So what you guys might want to do, because I thought about this today and I said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. Because again, when you sign up for these accounts, you think you're dealing with, like, for example, Amazon, when technically you're not. You're dealing with Synchronicity Bank. And if I would have known what I know now, then I would have not opened up those accounts anyway. So I think it's a good idea. And I started to do that. I contacted PayPal Credit and I explained to them, and they're like, wow, we didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, I thought you didn't know that. This is what your partners are doing to your customers and good paying customers. So you need to try to handle this, you know? And I called Guitar Center, explained to them, and the guy was really surprised too. He said, wow, really? I said, yeah. He said, well, maybe it's some type of computer error. I'm like, well, it's a whole bunch of errors going on here because I'm not the only one. And then I called I think Amazon told them I was going to cancel the car. Well, we hate to see you leave. I hate to leave too, but you're dealing with gangsters, you know, and they're not treating your customers right. Because I'm like, it makes no sense to me. It's different if I was kind of falling behind or something, or, you know, they think I got extended credit. I'm like, man, your business. If I'm paying you, that's all you need to be worried about. And I'm paying them too, because if I didn't, it'd show up my credit report. So give me another excuse or a lie, because this is nonsense. You know, so I urge you guys that have experienced this with Synchronicity Bank, if you got accounts with them and they cutting down your limit and closing your account, contact the merchant, you know, the main Amazon or whoever you're doing business with through Synchronicity Bank, and explain that to them, because I'm almost 100% sure they're not aware of what's going on. And I'm like, this is what they're doing to your good paying customers. They driving them away. You know, because as a result of that, I didn't cancel 4 accounts today. And I'm like, I pay them off in full within the next 90 days, all 3 of them, you know. And then I'm not having nothing else to do with them because one of my credit card companies, I forgot which one, I think it's First Federal Savings Bank, real pleasant people. And they contacted me about a week ago and said, we think that there's some inappropriate activity going on in your card. And they asked me, or they said, let me read off these recent charges or attempted charges. And the 3 that they read off, I'm like, no, I didn't charge them. And what they call themselves being slick was the first charge was for $2. So they was trying to make sure that it would go through. Then they gonna hit them with the hammer. Because after they tried that, they tried to order some workout equipment that was like $250 on 2 different occasions. They tried to put it through. And, you know, First Federal was like, we smell a rat here, so let's call the card holder and ask them. And when I told them no, they said that they'll, you know, cut that card up and they're going to send me another one. You know, that's the kind of service that you're supposed to get. It's still a Synchronicity Bank. You look up, You get this babbling email about this is the reason why we lowered your credit score, or we lowered, and there was nothing in that listing that was legitimate. You know, my credit is not bad. I get a credit report every 2 weeks from the credit union, credit, and there's nothing wrong with my credit. There's nothing on my credit that would determine them to do this. So it's some bullshit. They lying. I don't know why they doing this, but they shouldn't be doing it. So I urge you guys, call your companies that you got these cards with, Amazon, Guitar Center, and say, hey, this is what's going on with Synchronicity Banking. You need to be aware of this, and you need to try to get this resolved, because this is not how you treat your customers. And I'm sure they do not want their trust customers being treated in that manner. You know, so I'm happy that I decided to do that, because I'm like, if I just don't do nothing but complain, it's going to continue. And again, Amazon, Guitar Center, PayPal is not even aware that this is going on. So you guys get on the horn and call these companies and tell them, you know, you had a 5,000 credit limit and you in good standings, paying on time, and all of a sudden the gangsters show up, Synchronicity Bank, and then they drop you down to 250. That's a heck of a drop for no reason. So until next time, take care and thanks for watching.